My sister had an eating disorder, and I know that it's not my fault. I know that she was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, and then she was also diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder. And I know that there is no reason that I could have caused either of those diagnoses.
I was young, but I felt like it was all my fault.
She'd been in and out of different therapists, depending on when she lived at home during high school, and then when she went to college, and then when she went to grad school. There were different people for different times.
I still remember...
And none of them ever called me and said this was all your fault.
For a really long time before
not that they could really do that, but still, it's not my fault.
And I was really angry because I just wanted my family.
I mean, she was on different medications for anxiety and compulsions, and
12 and 13 years old.
I do know that there is no way that I could have caused those,
or why she wouldn't sit down, or why.
I know that she just had some different ideas and some different problems about her weight or her ability to control whatever was going on.
And I feel like
I know that she felt out of control.
More available
and
to talk to her.
Food and exercise were something that she could control as part of her life being so hectic.
Did I make any offhand comments about her weight?
She could control when she went to bed. She could control when she would get to exercise and
everything that I had
getting to run around the halls at school, or what she could pack for lunch. And then when she couldn't control what my mom made for dinner,
I still remember when
my mom and my sister eating mashed potatoes with butter on them, and she was spitting it into her napkin.
Finally gotten her to agree to go.
And so, to be more in control, she started cooking dinners for everybody.
And we were all going to bond
and
plan.
That was when she was probably
like was okay, and
like 16 or 17.
Crying, saying that she had to go to the hospital tomorrow.
She's a really good cook, so that was nice. But it was interesting growing up and being
sister, who's your hero,
slightly removed from the situation and being able to see why she was doing it, why she had to be in control. Why she wanted to control how much butter went in whatever we were cooking, or how to make everything low fat.
And I was so angry for all of it. I was angry at myself because I knew that
I don't know, it was just really odd knowing that
people to come to my
all of this was going on, and knowing that she was pacing in her room at night and being able to hear her because I shared a wall. Or
so the next day,
when I got to high school, having teachers or friends or somebody come up to me and be like, why is she running around the halls and all that, and being able to understand that it was just part of the disease, but other people didn't really get that, and that was just, it was hard to see that they were just asking questions about the disease.
Normally my mom and my sister and I had
it was just, it's really odd to be able to stand outside the situation and look at it from a medical standpoint or a psychological standpoint, and understand that, and then also have to be mixed in the middle of it and live with that.
And then I also had to take the bus.
It's definitely caused me to look into
waiting there with a
mental disorders more and be more understanding and compassionate with it.
And so it was just, it was really kind of surreal.
And it kind of has spurred on. The reason I want to be a nurse is because there's always that one person that you couldn't help.
If I'm a good kid, then everybody will come home
and know that you couldn't do anything about it and it wasn't your fault. But
it kind of just didn't work.
It's just been really interesting to try and connect all of those dots and still process through all of it.
We still had that for a
but ultimately to know that it wasn't my fault, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. I didn't cause it. And
whether to stay out of it.
It's something that it's a problem with her and not with me. And it's taken a really long time to try and understand and accept and figure all of that out.
Did I say something, and why wasn't I there, and why wasn't I enough?